It's strange to me we're talking Judy Garland today, but they're not showing The Wizard of Oz. And you know what? I could talk about The Wizard of Oz right now. I could talk about The Wizard of Oz right now. But yeah, today we're talking about Judy Garland, one of the most complicated and fascinating figures in classic Hollywood, probably one of the most iconic figures of classic Hollywood. When people are talking about the golden age of the Hollywood studio system, they're talking about a few tentpole actors in that conversation. You're thinking of Brando, you're thinking of Jimmy Stewart, but you're also thinking of Judy Garland. Judy Garland obviously skyrocketed according to The Wizard of Oz, but held a lot of notoriety for being in so many different amazing movie musicals, many of which are playing on tonight, one of which I'd love to highlight, A Star is Born. This is 1954, and this is a remake of the Janet Gaynor vehicle from the 30s, the Will Wellman movie. But this version is Judy Garland, James Mason, directed by George Cukor. It's coming at an interesting time in Judy Garland's career because she hadn't done a movie for a span of 4 years. A gap like that was kind of unheard of for that era of Hollywood. She had just done Summer Stock, one of her rare underperforming musicals, opposite Gene Kelly, and what followed was an amicable divorce, so to speak, of her long-term contract with MGM. Star is Born is then birthed out of this long gap. Sid Luft, who is Judy Garland's husband at the time, approaches director George Cukor in 1953, says, hey, why don't we do this, A Star is Born? What if we did a remake of that, but with Judy Garland? And then the wheels started turning. Which, A Star is Born is basically like two different career trajectories. One of Norman Maine, who's this fading matinee idol icon, who's going down with his alcoholism, a downward spiral, but in his waning professional life sees fit to inspire the next generation, a young singer and actress, Esther Blodgett. And the dynamics vary as they continue along this partnership. They wanted to get Brando, they wanted to get Frank Sinatra. They all kind of turned it down. Brando was like, you know the guy. You need a fading star. Look at James Mason. And James Mason said yes, and bodied that. And the movie was obviously framed around Judy Garland. It's an electric performance from her. Like, that's the thing. We can go into depth about her complicated personal life, which did affect the production of this movie and many of the movies of this era. She's still very much in the headspace that MGM placed her in during the production of this. It didn't help that George Cukor was very much David Fincher with his first digital camera levels of micromanaging. But what resulted was something never before seen, and to be honest, the definitive Star is Born. Love you, Barbara, love you, Lady Gaga. This is kind of the pinnacle.